Hello, welcome to Scotland's Smelly Basement, where we discuss everything film and TV. As we are coming to a close of the year 2025, we have already discussed the best films of 2025. Now we're going to discuss the worst films of 2025. I'm Luke, and I'm here with,
Daniel.
as well as,
Stuart.
well then, let's begin. So, objectively, I'm going to say what I think objectively is my worst movie. Because I walked out halfway through this movie.
Oh, wow.
And this is an actor who you might dislike my opinion because he's quite a beloved actor.
Okay.
And I do like quite a lot of his films, but I hate him so much. Nicolas Cage had a movie this year. It was called The Surfer. And it was so awful I walked out halfway through.
Damn.
I saw it at a screen unseen. And just about everyone, like, when you go to those things, it's some niche movie. It's funny to watch how many people will walk out.
Yeah.
But this one was just like, it's Nicolas Cage doing the thing that he usually gets praised for. But I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand it when a Nicolas Cage movie is just him doing weird, like, twitchy stuff and everything's just crazy. And like, in Long Legs, people praised, were like, oh, this is Nicolas Cage doing his Nicolas Cage thing, but like, you'll find it terrifying. And I thought Long Legs was hilarious whenever he was on screen.
I didn't like Long Legs,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
be honest. I thought the ending was pretty mad.
But anyway, that was like my objective worst movie. But I have to say, what I'm giving The Crown to, just because I was absolutely devastated by how disappointed I was, Mission Impossible
Yeah.
Final Reckoning.
Oh, my... Yeah, true.
I'm a huge Mission Impossible fan. Like, I was shown the films by my dad when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved them all. I remember being hyped when Mission Impossible Fallout was coming out. I absolutely adore these movies. I loved Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Reckoning was sick. Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people, I think it's fair enough, like, Mission Impossible, people don't go see them for the plot. But, like, I think in terms of the characters, they do a good job of, like, getting you invested in them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was genuinely, like, especially Fallout. Like, you get
yeah.
some great moments with all the
I
characters.
would say this as well. If Simon Pegg, Benji, if he died, I was going to walk out because I was not having that.
I thought he would have, to be honest.
I thought he would have as
I'm
well.
honestly surprised he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he got shot at one point, I swear, but
He
I,
ate that, though.
I genuinely thought Simon Pegg was going to die, but there you
Nah,
go.
but he might as well, because it's like Mission Impossible Final like, okay, so it was filmed during the Hollywood strike, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the writer's strike, actor's strike. Yeah, the actor's strike, but obviously both will happen at the same time. But like, the first 20 minutes was awful.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
How
horrible.
bad was the editing? And
I'll say that I do agree with that.
yeah, and on our best movie episode, we were talking about how like Superman Sinners didn't feel the need to like baby you.
Yeah, yeah.
Final Reckoning babied you. Where
Oh,
like, the first 20 minutes,
100%.
you literally any character that was in a previous movie, they feel the need to show a 20-second flashback, and it's like, we've seen the other movies. This is the last one. Who's coming in for the first time at the last
And
one?
it's not as if it's like the last one came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they've been pretty...
it's still quite fresh.
Yeah, it's like quite fresh between the
Yeah.
movies. Like,
And also, like, this is the biggest sin any movie can commit, but especially with an action franchise like this. I was bored out of my mind for most of it. There were plot lines that clearly went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, remember they introduced something about there was a cult? Do you remember that? On the news, briefly, they're like, there's a cult.
yeah, there was nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie, to me, felt like Tom Cruise had been watching a lot of, like, Apple TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, oh, I love these actors. So the movie was Ethan Hunt goes here, speaks to Hannah Waddingham, gets some exposition. Then he has to go here and speak to another famous actor, get exposition.
Surprised Ted Lasso wasn't in it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but then,
Imagine.
then there's a guy who's, I can't remember the actor's name. I've not seen Severance, but the guy who's famous
Oh,
for
yeah.
Severance,
Yeah.
who's going to be in the new Spider-Man. It was just go here to here to here to here, and it got to a point where like the boat sequence when he's like underwater, objectively incredible filmmaking.
Sure, yeah.
But I'd actually been so bored for the previous like half
Hour
of the movie.
because it's a 3-hour film as well.
Exactly.
Like,
I fear a movie with like such thin plot, and the fact that they did a two-parter for this story. So Dead Reckoning Part 1 was like, you know, get this key.
Yeah.
It's quite simple, straightforward, but it's great action, and I felt like there was enough going on with these different characters and different moving pieces to justify its length. Final Reckoning, it's like
It could have been an hour and a half.
dead.
yeah,
honestly,
I remember when I came out, I was like, We could have cut an hour out of that movie,
yeah.
and it wouldn't have changed at all.
Dead Reckoning, in my opinion, if you tweaked it slightly, could have ended on the train. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
I
asked
agree
me.
with that. I agree with that.
Because and the actor who played the villain, Issei Morales.
Yeah.
If you've not seen the show Ozark,
Oh,
on
yeah,
that,
yeah.
he's so good in that show, and I was excited to see him as the villain. And Dead Reckoning, they introduced him. I thought he was all right, but I was like, oh, they'll do more than the last one. They did. He was hardly in the last
Oh,
one.
yeah.
So
genuinely.
2D as well.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
was nothing there. The
And
writing was so
he just
thin.
gets, and his death as well.
I know.
Oh,
like,
the boat of the plane.
Yeah, that was.
it was. Am I supposed to care? Like, he's barely been in it. Like, I'm not really supposed to care about him, right?
Also,
Like,
can I just quickly throw this out here because I want to know, because that's the final Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
the 8th one, and obviously Mission Impossible went for a really rough patch, like with 2 and 3 and stuff, and then 4 brought it back.
I love Free. Honestly,
Genuinely,
yeah.
Well,
Free is
what
actually.
I want to know is, what would you all like? How would you rate the entire franchise, worst to best?
You want to know something? I'd rather watch Mission Impossible 2 over Final Reckoning.
Genuinely,
Genuinely.
nah, I agree with that, actually. Genuinely. I think 2 still had, like, that early sort of, like, there was still passion behind it, you know?
Yeah, Final Reckoning, like, it was clearly affected by the writer's strike because it's worked for the production of the other movies, but like I'm pretty sure they didn't start any of them with a finished script.
they
They write the stories around the set pieces.
Yeah.
Which has worked for them in the past, but Final Reckoning, it did not work at all. So yeah, that's my worst movie of the year. Move on to you next, Daniel.